金也金了上，爸妈给咱弄饱了，养成小光我这，妈妈中的是啥张活灯看着忙不，姐姐姐子到这去寻姐拉这说是。Gara Bama Sarda Oma Hum Badar Gara Bama Sarda Oma Hum Badar Gara Bama Sarda Oma Hum Badar Gara Bama Oma Hum Badar Gara Bama Sarda Oma Hum Badar Gara Bama Sarda Oma Hum Badar Gara Bama Sarda Oma Hum Badar Gara Bama Oma Hum Badar Gara Bama Sarda Oma Hum Badar Gara Bama Sarda Oma Hum Badar Gara Bama Sarda Oma Hum Badar Gara Oma Hum Badar Gara Bama Sarda Ho Jela Da Jan Sora Da Bindi Da So Ganda Ni Bi Zab Jo Su Nan Da Mo Da Su Jiwa Chu Dang Zha Xin Bi Ren Zha Da Sor Chung Den Den Gong Bo Jiang Ho Ra Yang La Jiang Zha Lu Gang Ge Lodrö Zhen Ni Zhen Zha Ni Da Nang Da Ra Su Zhen Ni Dong Ge Zhen Zhe Zhu Zhe Ni Ji Da Ge Ra La Wang Zhe Ga Da Zhe Bi Zha Ra Ma Re Men Do Dong Ge Jie Zhe Zhe Zhou Ge La Wu Jie Da Jie Yang La Tu Jie Yang De Song Zhe De Re Qie Zhou Ni Mo Ni Lo Li Jie Zhe Do Zhong Zhe Ma Re Men Zhe Deng Ge Re Ni Ge Zhen Ni Zhong Zhe Ra Zhe Nang Do Ni Da Zhang Cap Jin Da Zhou Yang De Li Zhou Jie Zhe De Wu Shab Zhao Zhe Dang Zhe Ni Jian Zhe Na Lu Men Zhe Ren Jiang Wu Rang Yang La De De O Ma Ra Ba Za Na 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 De O Ma Ra Ba Za O Ma Ra Ba Za Na De 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 O Ma Ra O Ma Ra Ba Za Na De Zui De Ne Ji Jin Ji Re Wo Zi Re Ji Da Lu De Me Men Ba Ra Sen Qua Dang Dam Ju Zhong Lu Do Ba Yi Lu Zhu Lu Bi Na Wa Jie De Su Ru Nyang Ji Jian Bo Zur De Ne Ni Me Zhang Zong Ne Mo Rum Jian Bo Nga Lia Da Pa Ge Re Dang Ang Zan Du Jian Me Dong Ba De Ji Jian La Zhang Za Er Lu 好，各位佛友，大家晚上好。
Good evening to everyone.
我们现在讲四法宝鬘论的最后一堂课。
So tonight is the final teaching on a precious garland for the four themes.
听课之前，请大家发菩提心。
And before we begin with the teaching, please everybody arouse bodhicitta.
不仅仅是我们今天听课的时候我们以后的这个学佛的过程当中，希望大家高度重视菩提心。
But not just tonight or when we're listening to Dharma teachings, but whenever we are carrying out our Dharma activities, it is my hope that everybody treats very seriously the aspiration, making an aspiration of bodhicitta.
因为菩提心它能够解决我们的很多的问题。
Because bodhicitta is able to solve a great deal of our problems.
很多的问题当中呢，包含了我们来世的问题，也包含了我们的现实的问题。
And in saying a great many problems, I mean problems relating not just to our future lives, but also problems in this lifetime.
那么简单的说，菩提心就是我们用一句话来讲菩提心的话，我们可以这样子想我为了帮助天下所有的众生，我要成佛那么这个叫做菩提心。说起来很简单。
If we're going to put it in just one sentence, we can say that the aspiration of bodhicitta is to attain Buddhahood in order to help all living beings. Putting it just like this, so simply, of course, is something that is easy to say, but much more difficult to put into practice.
我们经常听到的一句话叫做爱 还有我们在大乘佛教里面经常听到的有一句话叫做慈悲，然后最后就是菩提心，这三个我们不要把它们当作一个爱、慈悲心、菩提心，这是层次不一样的。
There are three words that we often hear. One is love, and the other, particularly in Buddhism, is loving kindness and compassion. And then we also hear bodhicitta spoken about a lot. However, it's important that we not mix them all together and understand them to mean one and the same thing. In actual fact, they exist in a relationship, they exist at different levels in relation to each other.
大乘佛教他学佛的目的，他想达到的目标，不是现实的幸福和快乐，也不是来世的幸福和快乐，他就是要帮助天下所有的众生。
The primary goal of the Mahayana path is not to attain happiness in this lifetime or to attain happiness in future lifetimes either. Rather, the primary goal of the path is to be of assistance to other living beings.
我们必须要知道一件事情可以这么理解，大乘佛教它的最终极的目标不是成佛，而是度一切众生不是成佛，而是让所有众生解脱。
So one thing, it's important that we do understand one thing, and that is that the ultimate goal of the Mahayana path is not to attain Buddhahood. Rather, the ultimate goal is to assist, to liberate other living beings.
如果要让天下所有的众生解脱，那么这个工作只有成佛才能够完成。所以呢，他想成佛，实际上他最终极的目标不是成佛，成佛就是因为成了佛才能够做这件事情，所以他的目标不仅仅是成佛，不是成佛，而是利益众生。
However, if one is going to liberate all living beings, then this is only possible by first attaining Buddhahood. So therefore it is in order to benefit and be of assistance to other living beings that we aim to attend Buddhahood. So the ultimate goal, however, of the Mahayana path is not to attain Buddhahood for its own sake, but rather so that we might effectively assist in the liberation of all beings.
那么佛教讲无我，讲空心我们昨天也在讲无我。那为什么要讲无我呢？就是为了更好的能够帮助利益他人，所以要证悟无我，要放下我。
So in Buddhism, we talk about, and last night we talked about concepts like no self and emptiness. Why is it that we emphasize no self and emptiness? Precisely for the reason that through letting go of ourself, we are thereby able to better assist and better help other living beings. So it's for this reason that we talk about letting go of our cherishing of self.
如果有我有我执那这样子的话，我们的这个利他的事情就是总是做得不是很完美。
Whilst we are still in a state of clinging to the self, then our work in benefiting others can't reach a state of an ideal state.
比如说我们一开始的时候呢，我的想法很好，没有任何的自私的心就是完全是一个无自私的奉献这样子去做事情。但是呢，做这个事情的过程当中，然后就会产生很多很多的烦恼，最后这个 还是把我们自己的事情就放在第一位。
So in embarking on a positive act, at the very outset, our motivation may be really good. Our motivation may be completely selfless. However, in the process of actually undertaking the action, all kinds of afflictions and disturbances and negative thoughts arise, and we ultimately end up putting our own interests first.
所以呢，我们要证悟无我啊，证悟无我的原因也是这样子。
So the reason that we need to realize no self is this.
好，我们现在继续讲我们昨天讲的这个无我的修法。
So we're going to continue speaking tonight about what we were talking about last night, and that is a concrete practice method for realizing no self.
昨天我们问大家自我的定义是什么？我的定义是什么？然后呢，我们昨天还没有找到一个比较满意的答案。那么今天昨天回去了以后呢，大家有没有找到这个我的比较准确的这个定义
？Last night when we asked everyone what their understanding of the meaning of self was, we didn't arrive at a particularly satisfactory conclusion. So having gone home and having thought about this question, does anyone have a fuller or more complete answer to this question?
有吗？
Does anyone have any ideas?
有，好，请你讲，简单的说。
我是唯一的，因为没有很多的我嘛，只有一个我，所以我是唯一的。第二个呢，就是说我是自主的，因为我只能叫自主，因为我只能让我自己命令我自己去做这个做那个，我是自主的。第三个呢，就是说我也不是一下就有，一下就没有，所以呢，我是有在那个世俗的角度来讲，我是常在的，唯一的、自主的，常在。
好，我知道这个从哪里来。好，还有吗？翻译。
So the answer there was threefold. The first part being that I am unique. There is only one of me. I am self-sufficient. It's only me who's able to accomplish things for myself. And from a relative point of view, I am also permanent and enduring.
还有吗？还有人找到了吗？背后和后面的。
As human beings, many things just happen automatically. Like our heart just beats, we don't have to tell our heart to beat, it just beats naturally. And similarly, our senses operate automatically, spontaneously, they just happen. Yeah, and then there's a sense of observing or watching that activity and trying to make some sense or organizing that, usually through language. And it's really just that sense of watching, of observing, of awareness, being aware of what's going on.
他就是说，作为一个人，很多我们的一些动作和功能都是自动的。就比如说，我们的心在跳，这是它会自动的跳。那我们的感官的话，他们也会这个自动的去运转。那我们除了这些，就是好像一直都有一个在观察的一个意识。然后我们平时这个观察的这个意识，它也会尽量去阻止我们所观察到的 一些信息。平时我们会通过语言去尽量去组织一些信息。反正说完了就是这个，好像就是有一点一直在观察的这个意识存在。
就是一个全自动的机器。
Is it a fully automatic machine?
Yeah.
So it's a self, it's a mental projection. It's completely created by our mind, and the basis for that, our physical body and our mental continuum.
自我就是全部是我们自己心里的一个头像。那么我们这个头像就是头像透视，是吧？然后我们的这个心和我们的身体，只不过都是这个我们心的一个头像。
自我是什么呢？
What is self?
Self is a concept.
就是一个概念。
概念。呀。好。后面。你
我是会经历生老病死，会有眼耳鼻舌身意，会体察色声香味触法的高级生命体。
高级生命体，好。
高级生命体其实。
高级生命体就是一个生物学的。
是。
Yeah.
Okay, so I am something or an entity that goes through the process of birth, aging, illness, and death. I experience the operation of my 5 senses, and I am an advanced life form.
好，你还有一个，他们都太复杂了，是吧？
越解释越说越解释。
好，那你就说个最简单的。
什么叫不是别人就是我？
好。
如果你要问什么是别人，不是我就是别人。
那这个是不是别人呢？
这是别人，所以不是我。
这个是别人。
别的东西。
别的东西。
So this answer was that everybody else's answers are far too complicated. Putting it simply, we can just say what I am is not someone else.
那么，不是别的东西就是我。
So that which is not something else is me.
所有的不是别的东西的都是我吗？
对啊，所以我可以说，年轻的时候那个也是我，年老的时候也是我，因为他们都不是别的东西。一个我是存在的。
好。
So therefore it's possible to say that when I was young, that's me, and when I was a bit older, that was also me, because at both of those times, that me was not someone else. So therefore it's possible to say that these are all me.
好，我们今天大家都看到了什么是我大家也就会去思考了，非常好那么我们现在可以这么说，基本上都是我们基本上今天讲的都基本上都是我那么我们的最后我们看看佛经佛经上怎么解释我们想象当中的我那么我们的想象当中的我确实是刚才有一位师兄也提到了，这个我有3个不同的，有3个这个特点。
So everyone has gone home and thought about this question. That's very good. And in terms of the answers that have been given, the things that people have said, yes, they seem to describe the self. We're now going to turn to what the Buddhist sutras or the Buddhist scriptures say about the self, and are going to begin with what they say about the way the self is imagined. And primarily they refer to 3 ways or 3 attributes that are given to the idea of self.
好，3个特点。第一个特点是什么呢？我们想象当中的我们默认了它是永恒的，所以我们会想，我年轻的时候我老的时候等等，我们就一直都认为小的时候中年的时候老的时候，这个至少这么70-80年 当中，我这是一直都存在的一个这样子的。所以呢，我们首先第一个，我们的想象当中的我们已经默认了它是一个永恒不变的我。
So the way that we conceive of ourselves, the first characteristic or attribute we give to ourselves is one of permanence. That is, we regard the person we were when we were young, and then the person we were when we were middle-aged, and the person we were when we were a bit older as all belonging to the same self. So we assent to this idea of the self, one of permanence.
好，第二我们以为或者是我们想象当中的我就是一个独立存在的，我们始终都认为只有一个我我们可以有10个手指头，但是不可以有10个我然后我们的身体上面呢有600多块肌肉，但是呢我就只有一个。然后我们的骨头一个成人有202个骨头但是呢人就只有一个，只能有一个人。
The second attribute that we give to this idea of self is that of independent existence. So that is, we regard it as possible that we have 10 separate fingers, however, only one of ourselves. We can also say that we regard ourselves to have, or we know that we have 600 different muscles in our body, but we only regard there to be one of ourselves. Similarly, we know that an adult human has 202 bones in their body, and yet we regard there as only being one of ourselves.
还有第三个特点，我们一直都认为我就是住在这个整个的身体的主宰者或者是统治者。
And the third characteristic we attribute to this idea of self as being the controller of this body.
那么除了这3个以外基本上就是没有什么了。我们想象当中的我就是这样子的我那如果真的有我，那就是应该有一个这样，我们要找到这样子有3个特点的我如果我们找不到这样子的我，那么我们的这种想法，我们的这种概念刚才有一位师兄也说了，它就是一个概念。那么这个概念确实是错误的，如果找不到那如果我们内在的精神或者是我们的身体上，如果找到就是只有这个3个特点的一个这样子的自我，那我们成功了，我们的我执是对的。
So aside from these 3 characteristics, there really are no others that we tend to give to the idea of self. So as a corollary of this, if we are not able to prove that these 3 characteristics exist, if it doesn't stand up to our scrutiny, then this idea of self is not tenable. However, if we are able to prove that these 3 attributes of self are in fact existent, then our self-clinging and our self-cherishing is justified.
那首先我们看有没有一个永恒的这样子的我有没有永恒的我？那我们去这个寻找我的时候呢，我们就要在自己的内在的世界和外面的这个肉体就在这2个上面去找这个自我 我们不可能到这个房子呀、车子上面去找我，我们从来都不认为房子是我，车子是我，所以我们没有必要到房子、车子，然后呢这些海螺这些上面去寻找我，这个我们从来都没有把它当作我我们把我们的身体和我们的精神就当作我，如果有我，那就要不就在精神上，要不就在肉体上，要找到一个这样子的我。
So in terms of the first attribute, that is one of a permanent self, well, if we were going to go about locating this permanent self, then we would only have one of two places to look, and that would be in our minds or in our bodies. That is to say, in order to locate ourselves, we would not think of looking externally somewhere, such as in our house or in our car or at this conch shell. We've never regarded these things to be ourself. So aside from our outer bodies, our physical bodies and our minds, there is no other place that we could look for to discover a permanent self.
那么在这个肉体上面呢，有没有这样子永恒的东西呢？从医学的角度来讲，我们的肉体上的每一个器官它的虽然是它们的新陈代谢的速度不一样比如说心脏、肝脏、胃等等，有些呢有几个星期就会新陈代谢变成新的，有些呢几个月以后然后我们身体上的大部分绝大多数的东西呢，就是每7年就是完全就是变了这个我们说7年以后，我们以为我这个身体是过去的身体，但根本就不是。我现在这个身体呢，根本就不是7年之前的这个身体全部每7年全部就已经是新的了。有个别的细胞有个别的细胞好像是一辈子都是不新陈代谢的除了，但是这是谁？我们如果医生不告诉我们，我们根本不知道什么在代谢，什么不代谢。所以我们要在这个身体上要去找一个这样子的永恒的我，肉体上是绝对找不到的。
In terms of locating a permanent self in our physical bodies, well, medical science tells us that our bodies and the organs that they are constituted by are constantly in a process of regeneration through cellular turnover and cellular regeneration. Even though different organs regenerate at different rates and at different speeds, nevertheless, we could say that in a 7-year period that our body has completely regenerated or performed a series of cellular turnover one time. So even though there are some cells in our body that apparently don't turn over in this way, if scientists didn't tell us, in fact, what these cells were, then we really wouldn't know. So from the point of view of science, if we are trying to locate a permanent self at the level of our physical bodies, we are not going to succeed in this project.
还有除了医学上讲的这个新陈代谢的这个道理以外，还有佛经里面讲的就是我们的身体呢每1分钟每1秒钟都在变化。
Aside from what modern medical science tells us, in the Buddhist scriptures, the body is described as something that is in a constant process of change from 1 second to 1 minute. It's constantly changing.
我们的手放在这个桌子上，然后呢就举起来到这个时候这个高度的时候，我们以为我的手放在桌子上的这个手和举在空中的这个手，我们以为是一个手但是早就已经变了，根本就不是我这个空中的这个手，早就已经不是放在这个桌子上的手。
So this hand rested on the table. If I raise it in front of me into a position in mid-air, we tend to regard this hand as being the same hand that was resting on the table. But in actual fact, this is not the case. The hand that is now in mid-air is a different hand to the one that was resting on the table a few moments ago.
但是我们一定会想啊，我想绝大多数的人会想，这怎么可能呢？我明明看到我的手在桌子上，然后我一动不动的看着，它一直都在，它从来没有变呢。我的眼睛已经看得非常清楚了，它就是桌子上的这个手啊，没有2个手啊，没有1个手消失了，又诞生了1个手啊，我看得清清楚楚的。我们会这么说，会这么想，但这是我们的错误的观点。
Of course, many of us will say, how can this be the case? I saw with my own eyes the hand that was rested on the table, and I kept my eyes on my hand the entire way as I lifted it into the air. It didn't change at all. It was the same hand. It's not as if my hand disappeared and another one arose in its place. Even though this is what we will say, this is how we will tell things, this is in fact a mistaken view.
好，我现在要给大家问一个问题，大家注意一下。比如说我们看电影的时候一个人把这个海螺抓住，然后拿上来就拿到举到头上这个动作就把这个海螺从桌子上拿上来。那么这个动作电影的荧幕上我们看到了一个这样子的动作。那么这个荧幕上的动作是来自于电影的这个胶片上那么胶片上的这些图片是什么样子，大家知道吗？
So I'd like to ask everybody a question. If we were watching a movie and in that movie there was a scene where someone clasped or grasped this conch and lifted it with their arm into the air, then where would this movement come from? Would it come from the film or the reel of the movie? Does everyone understand where these images come from?
照片上的这个图这个电影的影片上的这个图，我的手第一张图，我的手抓住这个海螺，它还没有离开这个桌子第2张图离开了，第3张图再高一点，第14张图一个最后的1张图就在这里但是呢1秒钟有这样子的24张图片1秒钟就经过镜头的时候呢，然后我们的眼睛就看不见了它在荧幕上根本就不会这样子的，荧幕上就是这种动作，这个大家知道吗？
In actual fact, on the film reel, this one seamless movement is actually made up of many different single frames. So the first frame has the hand holding the conch at this level, and then the next frame has the hand with the conch raised slightly, and so on until the conch is raised into the air. In fact, in a movie, one single second of movement or action is made up of 24 individual frames. However, when we see the movie, when we watch the movie, we see a single seamless movement. We don't see a movement made up of 24 micro moments like this.
好，那么我们的手第一个还没有离开桌子的时候的这张图片，这个影片上的这张图，跟到了最高地方的这个图，这2张图是这2个图是2张图还是1张图呢？
So the shot or the with the hand holding the conch when it's still rested on the table, and then the shot where the hand is holding the conch in the air. Is this one the same frame, or is it made up of two separate frames?
2张图。好，那么这个图啊，就是当时拍下来的我们的手。
These two separate shots were
他当时记录下来了我们的手的运动。
These shots recorded the action of our hand in the past.
所以第1张图跟第24张图这两个是2张图啊，2张图，然后中间的每一张图都是不一样的，但是呢，每1秒钟如果24张图啊经过这个镜头啊，这个时间上必须要达到1秒钟可以经过24张图啊，这个时候呢，我们的眼睛就分不出来，我们把第1张图和第24张图就把它当作，我们就看成一个手啊，就是放在桌子上的手和举在空中的手，我们的眼睛就把它看作一个手，一个手从这里移动到空中。
So even though from the first shot to the 24th shot there are many shots in between, if 24 shots are able to be concentrated within a space of 1 second, then what we see is one single movement, one single hand. We don't see this motion or movement, this hand, as made up of 24 increments.
如果1秒钟啊只有10张图啊，这样子的话，那它的结果是什么呢？
What would be the result if in a period of 1 second there were only 10 frames?
这样子我们根本看不到一个连续性的手，我们看到的是一条一条一条这样子的手。
The result would be that we wouldn't see one continuous seamless hand, we would see a series of separate movements.
所以我们的眼睛要看到这个世界一个正常的动作，必须要这个有时间啊，必须要这个它的速度跟我们的眼睛是要配合的。
So if our eyes are to perceive a normal world and contiguous movement, then the speed of what we are seeing needs to cooperate with our eye sense.
所以放在桌子上的手和举在空中的手不是一只手，它不是一个但是呢，我们把它看作是一个，就是因为这个速度，因为无常变化的速度，我们的眼睛没有办法这个辨别我们就把它看作一个，是我们的眼睛的错觉。
So in actual fact, the hand that rests on the table and the hand in mid-air are not the same hand at all, but it's because our eyes are unable to differentiate these different hands that we mistakenly regard them to be one in the same. But this is a mistaken perception.
如果在这个逻辑上我们再往前思考一下，那么我们会发现一个更加的不能理解的东西。
So if upon this foundation of logic we press one step further, we will discover something that is even more difficult to comprehend.
从时间的角度来讲大家问一个问题，从时间的角度来讲，比如说第1、第2、第3、第4或者第1分钟、2分钟、3分钟、4分钟那么第1分钟跟第2分钟可不可以同时出现呢？
So I'll ask everyone a question about time. So let's just say minute 1, the first minute, a second minute, a third minute. Is it possible for the first minute and the second minute to exist at the same time?
Yeah. 可以吗？好。那么第一个，比如说10个小时当中的第一个小时和第二小时也不可以同时出现吧？也不可以。
So within a period of 10 hours, it's also not possible, is it, for the first hour and the second hour to exist at the same time?
好，不可以的话，那么我们比如说有5分钟的时间，那么有第1分钟我们这个第1分钟的时候，第2分钟、3分钟、4分钟，其他的时间现在还在吗？
So in a period of, say, 5 minutes, during the first minute, do the second, third, and fourth minutes exist?
好像是我没有表达清楚，这样子，5分钟从1分钟到5分钟，那么这个5分钟是5分钟的时间是不可以一起出现，是吧？好。
So putting it more clearly, the question would be in a period or a duration of 5 minutes. It's not possible, is it, for all of these minutes to exist at the same time?
好，那么到了第3分钟的时候，第1分钟和第2分钟还在吗？
So when we reach the third minute of this 5-minute duration, do the first and second minutes still exist?
还在吗？
Yes or no?
不在。好，那么第三分钟的时候呢，第4分钟和第5分钟在吗？
And when we're at the third minute mark, do the fourth and fifth minutes exist?
好，都不在，这个我们很确切。好，确定了。
So we're very clear at this point that the fourth and fifth minutes don't exist at this point.
好，那么这样子我们的身体或者是我们的精神就是每1分钟都在这个变化无常。这个我们刚才通过一个电影的胶片给大家说清楚了，我们的这个身体和我们的精神每1分钟每1秒钟都在变化，这个大家能理解吗？
So turning then to our bodies and minds, does everyone now comprehend that they are in a state of constant change and impermanence, changing every second and from every second to every minute? We just illustrated this using the analogy of the different movie frames. Is this something that everyone understands now?
好。 那么现在我们7点54分钟，这个作为现在这个的后面都叫做过去它的前面都叫做未来。
So looking at the time right now, which is 7:54, everything before this we can refer to as the past, and everything ahead of it we can refer to as the future.
好，那么7点54分钟的时候呢，它是现在。那么现在的时候呢，过去在吗？
So at this point, at 7:54, does the past still exist?
过去不存在。
No.
不存在。好，那么未来这个时候存在吗？未来。
Does the future exist at this point?
那只有当下，只有现在才是存在的，其他都不存在的，是吧？
So is it the case that nothing except the present time, the present moment exists?
好，这样子的话，那我们的所谓的我就是当下的1分钟。
So putting it like this, you could say that our so-called selves is nothing more than the present moment.
这个 能理解吗？
Is this able to be understood?
好，我是1分钟。
I am 1 minute.
还有更过分的就是1分钟，如果我们作为现在的话，那这个之前之后是可以未来和现在。如果我们把1秒钟作为现在的话，那么1秒钟之后之前都是未来，之后都是过去，都不在。那么最后的结论，我是1秒钟。
So if we use our unit, if we take a minute as our primary unit of time, then everything before this minute is the past and ahead of this minute is the future. So I exist only as this current minute. However, if we were to go to an even more extreme level and use a second as our primary unit of time, then we could say that everything prior to this second is the past and everything ahead of it is the future, and therefore that I am nothing but this current second.
好，那我们的身体呢，就是这样子在变化。那我们的精神也是这样子变化。那么这个上面呢，我们已经很清楚了，没有一个永恒不变，从小到现在不变的这个自我，我们的身体上、我们的精神上找不到，因为我们的这个我们想象当中的我是不变的不变的。那么我们的身体和我们的心精神，我们刚才看了，每1分钟、每1秒钟都在变化。那么这个变化的这个心和身上面有没有不变的自我呢？
So we can see from this, we can understand now that our physical and our physical bodies and our minds are in a constant state of change and impermanence. They are in every second and every minute they are changing. It is so. It's therefore not possible to locate a permanent and unchanging self.
所以我们的身体、我们的精神，还有我们的世界，整个的宇宙，实际上就是1秒钟。
So we could say that everything about us, our physical bodies, our minds, even the external cosmos, is nothing but 1 second, this current second.
1秒钟之前的叫做未来，它还没有诞生，所以它不存在。
Because 1 second in the future is precisely in the future, it hasn't yet arisen, therefore it is non-existent.
然后1秒钟之后的叫做过去，它诞生了，但是现在已经消失了，不存在。
And 1 minute ago has already passed, it's already finished, so it no longer exists.
那现在真正存在的，如果有一个当下，如果有一个存在的东西，那就是这个1秒钟。
So if there is anything that exists currently, it is only the present second.
但是1秒钟我们也可以再分最后呢，什么是时间的最小的单位，我们都不知道。
However, 1 second is also a unit of time that we can break into smaller increments. And as to what the smallest of these increments would be is something that we are unable to say.
但是在数学和哲学里面呢，有一个叫做无限小无限小，有一个这样子的概念，这个概念是错误的。
Within mathematics and philosophy, there is a concept of infinite smallness. However, this concept is in fact erroneous.
好，这样子以后呢，我们找不到一个永恒的我们真的是想找到，非常非常的希望找到一个符合我自己想象当中的我，但是我们就是身体和这个精神上都找不到。
So at this point, we find ourselves completely unable to locate the permanent self that lives up to our imagined self. Wherever we look, whether it be in our physical bodies or in our minds, we're unable to locate such a permanent self.
这是具体的打坐的方法啊。我们打坐的方法，我们昨天已经讲过了。打坐静下来，心平静，静下来，然后再去思考这个我到底在哪里。通过刚才我们讲的这个方式去寻找。
So what we've just described is an actual contemplative meditation method. After we have brought ourselves into a state of calmness using the preparatory methods we spoke about last night, we turn to contemplating this question, where am I? Where can I be found? And we use the method that we have just described to contemplate this question.
然后呢，我们刚才我们讲了第二个特点，是我们认为我是独立的。
And now we're going to turn to the second characteristic that we attribute to the idea of self, and that is one of independent existence.
这独立的东西我们能够找到吗？我们的身体，我们刚才讲了，我们的肉体是由600多个这个600多块肌肉构成的。然后呢，我们刚才讲过，就是有200多个这个骨头和600多个肌肉构成的。那么这个里面呢，我们找不到一个独立的东西，不可以分开的东西。
So, looking at this question of independent existence, are we able to locate it in our physical bodies? As we've said, the physical body is made up of 600 or more different muscles and 200 or more different bones. Among all of this, are we able to locate one thing that independently exists?
然后我们的精神精神有善的念头，有恶的念头，有各种各样的念头，就是每1分钟当中都有太多太多的念头。这些所有的念头加起来堆积在一起，然后我们给它一个总的名称，叫做精神，或者是人的意识、心，或者是精神。但是实际上呢，它就是像这个佛珠一样这个佛珠把每一颗一颗珠子串联起来了以后呢，一个佛珠。但是呢，除了每一个珠子以外呢，这里没有佛珠。
So if we can't find a single independently existing entity in our physical bodies, then when we turn to our minds, we find that they are comprised of a combination of positive thoughts, negative thoughts, all kinds of thoughts. In the space of a single minute, we'll have thoughts of various kinds. And if we combine all of these thoughts and regard them as put them together, then we call this our mind, we call this our spirit. But even though we give it this unifying name, in actual fact, our mind is just like a garland of prayer beads. Even though when we string them together, we call them a garland, in actual fact, this garland is comprised of only single beads.
比如说在屠宰场屠夫把一头牛牵过来，他准备屠杀他准备宰杀这个牛这头牛。那么这个时候呢，他把一头牛牵过来的时候呢，这个时候我们会说这是一头牛。
We could say that in a slaughterhouse, when the slaughter person is preparing to kill a cow and leads it over to be killed, that what he has with him is a cow.
然后呢，他把牛宰杀了就把牛就剥了牛皮，然后把牛的肉切成一块一块的时候呢，这个时候呢，我们会说这里有牛肉，不会说这里有牛。
However, after he has killed the cow and then proceeded to skin it and cut it into pieces, we will then say that what we have is meat. We will not refer to it anymore as a cow.
实际上，屠夫把牛牵过来的时候呢，实际上就是这些物质，除了这些物质以外，没有别的东西。
However, in terms of the material matter of the question, when the slaughter person led the cow over to be killed, it was at this stage also nothing more than the same material as it was after it was killed.
同样的，我们把很多的这个精神全部汇集一起啊，很多的念头堆积在一起，然后就是说精神，然后我们人的身上的很多的肌肉骨头堆积一起，然后我们就把它当作人或者是我。
So it's the same logic with our minds. We lump together a whole lot of different thoughts that are going on and call that our minds. With ourselves or our bodies, we regard a whole lot of muscles that exist to belong to oneself.
好，这是第二啊，我们找不到一个这样子的独立的我，独立存在的我。
So in terms of this second supposed attribute of a self, we have shown that it's not possible to locate an independently existing self.
好，现在我们要注意一下，大家注意一下一个我们的语言文字的一个表达的方式。
So we're going now to demonstrate something about language and a mode of expression.
比如说，我们会说我的笔啊，我的海螺，然后就是我的手表啊，然后就说我的书。所有都可以叫我的啊，这些物质都不是我，都不会是我，都是我之外的东西，可以叫做我的，我不可以叫做我的。
So in general, we describe things as belonging to ourselves. We talk about my pen, my conch, my watch, my book. In general, external objects we refer to with this possessive pronoun of my. The one thing that we can't refer to as mine or my is me.
是你们觉得是这样子吗？是不是所有的可以叫做我的啊这样子的东西都不是我？
Does everybody agree that everything we refer to as mine is not me?
是吗？是吗？
Yes.
英语里面也是吗？
Is this the case in English too?
是啊，这不哎呀。
I don't know that I agree with that. If you look at someone who, for example, has Alzheimer's disease, you can speak of losing a sense of my identity, losing a sense of losing my me.
他也不一定接受这个观点。
Yeah.
就比如说这个得了那个老年的那个叫什么老年
痴呆症。
哦，这个时候也可以说自己在失去自己。
啊？
这个时候的那个人也可以说是自己在失去自己。
自己在失去自己。自己在失去自己，这是一个表达的方式而已，实际上就是忘掉了自己的意思吧。比如说我出去了不会回家，然后我找不到我的门牌，然后我找不到我回家的路。
So even though we say that one is losing oneself in this situation, this is just a mode of expression to describe forgetting things, such as how to find my way home and where I put my things and things like this.
如果真的是我自己失去了自己的话，那肯定是有两个我。
If it was really possible to lose myself, then there would have to be two of me.
有2个我的话，我可以其中一个我失去了，我找不到这个我了。
If there's two of me, then it's possible to lose one of them and to say that I have lost it and I can't find it.
那这个时候也不会叫做我的我失去了吧？
In that case, we wouldn't say 我的我失去了。I've lost my own self.
我的我失去了 ，my
I lost my me.
呀，不会这样子吧？
We wouldn't say this, would we?
老年痴呆的时候呢，可以说失去了我，但是不会说我的我失去了。
So it's possible to say with Alzheimer's disease that I've lost myself, but it's not possible to say that I've lost my me.
Why is that different?
这两个有什么不同？
这2个有很大的不同，我等一下要解释。
They have a great difference.
这个时候呢，失去自我，我们平时我们生活当中可以这么说，失去了自我就是找不到自己的定位，可以这么说，但是呢，那个时候也不会说我的我失去了，不会这样子讲的。
So when we talk about a loss of self, in general, this refers to a loss of sense of self. However, we wouldn't say that we have lost my me.
大家再想想，是不是可以说凡是叫可以叫我的这些东西是不是不是我呢？是不是都是身外的东西呢？
So is it the case that everything that we can describe as mine exists outside of myself, is not myself?
我的手是我的。
My hand is me and it's mine.
我的手
是的。
是我
好，你的手是你啊。
Oh, so your hand is you.
那么有一天，比如说摘指了，那你还在吗？
So if I were to cut off your hand one day, would you still exist?
如果有一天你失去了你的手臂，那你觉得是不是我没有了？
这样的话，我的头也可以失去了，我的头也可以失去了，我也就失去了。
对呀，我要讲这个。
So Khenpo was going to talk about this, whether or not we still say that I exists if we lose a certain part of our body.
所以就是这里有一个很混乱的东西，我们根本就不知道现实生活当中我们对自我的这种认可自我的定义，就是一个非常盲目混乱的东西为什么这么讲？在一般的情况下，我们的语言的表达，凡是可以叫我的这样子的东西，绝对不是我，从来都不是我。从来的我们不会说我的我，没有这种说法，我就是我我拥有的东西才叫做我的，不管是英语，不管是什么语言，都是这样子。
So we can see from all this that in fact our usual definition or operating definition of self is one that is extremely confused and unclear. In terms of our habitual language usage, we don't refer to my, me. We refer to objects that we refer to objects as my or mine to indicate that they are not myself.
可是有一个问题是什么呢？刚才有一位师兄也提到了，比如说我们可以把我们身上的所有的东西都可以叫做我的手我的腿，然后最后就是把我们所有的器官都可以这么叫，我的心脏，我的大脑，全部都可以这么叫那么这些全部都是你的，那么你自己在哪里呢
So just as this Dharma friend was saying, it's possible to refer to all of our body parts as me or mine. We can refer to the various organs, my heart, my brain. But at the end of the day, if all of these things are yours or mine, then ultimately where does me or the self reside?
但是还有一个矛盾的东西什么呢？有些时候我们的手疼的时候呢，我们会说我很痛痛什么？是手痛的时候，我们会说我很痛；头痛的时候呢，我们会说我很痛那么一会儿呢，又会说这是我的一会儿有这时候这是我，那么这两个是矛盾的。
And there's another contradiction in the way that we use language. For example, if our hand hurts, we sometimes say, I hurt. Or if our head hurts, we sometimes say, I hurt. But at other times, we refer this to our hand as my hand, or my hand that hurts, or refer to my head as hurting. So there is a contradiction between the way that we refer to these body parts and their sense of pain.
好，这个就是第三个住在者我们平时不观察的时候呢，我就是自我，就是住在者，他住在我的精神，住在我的这个身体，他可以支配我的所有的器官，我的精神那么我就是一个管理者，一个统治者，然后呢，我的身体，我的精神是被统治的就是一个这样子的观念。但是我们现在观察的时候呢，那有没有一个这样子的自我呢？我们刚才看了，我们身体的里里外外全部都可以叫我的眼睛，我的什么什么都可以叫全部完了以后呢，那你自己在哪里？我们不知道我在哪里。
So in addressing the third characteristic that we tend to attribute to the self, that is the idea of a controller, that is someone who controls or exerts a managing or a coordinating role over our mind and our bodies. In actual fact, when we investigate it, we find that even though we refer to our different body parts as mine, if we attempt to find the self that exerts this coordinating role over these different parts, we are unable to locate it.
这个就是对我们是一个很大的讽刺为什么呢？我们学历这么高，博士后什么都学完了，最后就搞不定我自己是什么。
So in actual fact, this is we really should be laughing at ourselves. So people who have completed PhDs and postdoctorates, etc., are still, if they tried, still unable to locate themselves if they try to.
爱因斯坦他也是这样子，他很聪明，他是一个伟大的科学家，但是对自我的问题上，他也是这样子。
And Einstein was just like this. He clearly was a great scientist, but in terms of this problem of self, he was just the same as us.
柏拉图、苏格拉底、亚里士多德，所有的这些哲学家，他们有很多很多非常伟大的哲学思想，但是对自我的问题上都是这样子。
And even the great philosophers like Plato and Socrates and Aristotle, even though they made great philosophic contributions in other ways, had no understanding of the self.
那我们今天大家都是这样子，我们所有人都是这样子，就是我们都认为就是有一个这样子三种特点，具备三个特点的我在，我们一直都从来没有去观察，一直都认为有。但是我们现在就是深入的去观察的时候呢，我们会发现这些都是错误的。
And all of us today are just like them. We tend to imagine that ourselves are constituted by the three characteristics that we spoke of. However, when we really turn to examining whether these stand up to our scrutiny, we discover that in fact they don't.
那我们的结论是什么呢？刚才有一位师兄提到了，我就是一个概念，一个抽象的概念。
So what's the conclusion we can draw from all this? Well, just as someone said at the beginning of tonight, the idea of self is a concept, ultimately an abstract concept.
我们一头牛它活着的时候，它还没有变成牛肉的时候呢，我们认为是一个很具体的生命生命的个体。我们不会说一头牛是一个抽象的概念但是呢，当把一头牛变成了牛肉的时候呢，我们会认为牛肉就是一个很具体的东西，但是牛这个时候就是一个抽象的概念。
So it's just like a cow when it's still alive, that is before it's been turned into meat, then we regard it as a very concrete and specific life form. And at this point we regard meat as more a concept that is more abstract in nature. However, after the cow has been turned into meat, we regard this as a more concrete kind of entity or substance. And at this point, the concept of a cow is more abstract.
一个人的身上，我们刚才讲了有600多块肌肉，然后这些肌肉分解了以后呢，它都变成了这个纤维有60亿一个人的身上。有60亿纤维，那这个时候我们会认为纤维才是具体的，然后肌肉就是一个抽象的概念。
So in our bodies, as we said, they are made up of 600 or more different muscles, and these muscles can be broken down into 6 billion individual fibers. When we are talking about them from the perspective of being muscles, then fibers seem like a more abstract concept. However, when we are examining them from the point of view of being fibers, then the idea of a muscle seems more abstract and remote.
好，这个60亿纤维再分解的话，就会变成40万亿到60万亿的细胞。这个时候呢，我们认为细胞就是具体的，纤维是一个概念而已。
So it's possible to break these fibers down further into the cells of which they are made up of. And it's possible to break these fibers down into a number of cells that is 40 trillion cells. So at this point, when we are looking at the muscle from the point of view of its constituent cells, then the fiber appears to be an abstract concept.
然后我们的精神也可以通过时间来可以分一分钟可以分60秒，然后1秒钟也可以这样子分。最后呢，1分钟的首先我们认为1个小时就是一个很具体的时间的单位，然后分了60分钟的时候呢，我们认为1分钟就是一个很具体的时间的单位，但是1个小时呢又是变成了一个抽象的概念。那这样子以后呢，最后一层一层一层都变成了一个抽象的一种概念而已。
So it's the same with our minds in terms of time. We tend to regard 1 hour as being a very concrete concept. However, when we break 1 hour down into 60 minutes, then as from the point of view or the perspective of a minute, an hour seems more abstract. And then breaking it down further into seconds within a minute, then from the point of view of a second, the minute appears more abstract as a concept.
最后就变成了分子、原子、电子、电子和夸克。
And matter can be ultimately broken down into units of atoms and molecules and at the very smallest unit, quarks.
现代科学就停留在这个夸克这个层面上，那佛教已经走在前面，那现代科学可能还要等30到50年这样子的时间，那这个时候他们会突破这个夸克现在都有一个理论叫做线理论实际上夸克也就是只不过就是因为弦的不同的振动而已，实际上夸克也不是一个真实的东西，它也是一种错觉那以后呢他们也会，但是这个是目前还没有实验的这个证据，这是一个理论而已那么最后呢他们一定会突破，最后呢佛教跟科学在这个物质方面完全会走到一起的，那么现在就佛教还在前面走了几步了
So contemporary science, currently the smallest unit of matter is, or the smallest material unit is that of the quark. So at present, contemporary science has not gone as far as Buddhism in this regard, although the advent of string theory does present some promise here. There is a question. The whole idea of a quark is challenged. There is the idea that, in fact, it is nothing but a perception itself. So it's possible that in a period of 30 or 50 years that science may catch up with Buddhism.
最后我们会发现这个世界就是我们自己的感官创造出来的一个世界，我们人类就是1000多年一直都有一个争论不息的一个一直都有一个争论这个世界到底是物质还是精神，唯物唯心，争论了这么长时间，最后我们会发现确实是这是没有用的，原来就是一个我自己感官的投影而已，投射而已。
Ultimately, we will discover that, in fact, the entire world is naught but a creation of our own mind, and that the debate that has been going on for centuries about whether the world is ultimately material in nature or created by the mind, that all of this, or is mind, that this debate has in fact been pointless, and that ultimately everything is nothing but the mind's projection.
好，这样子观察的时候呢，我们确实是，就是刚才这位师兄讲的一样，真的是这个时候我们会失去自我的，但是不是老年痴呆。
So at this point it will be just as this student said, we will lose our sense of self. However, it won't be for reason of Alzheimer's disease.
不是老年痴呆，不是因为老年痴呆，就是一个非常尖锐的智慧去观察的时候，就真正的失去自我了。
It won't be on account of Alzheimer's disease that we lose this sense of self. It will be as a result of a very sharp and penetrating wisdom that this sense of self is lost.
好，失去就好它不在，我们一样的可以生活。
But it doesn't really matter. Even if we lose this sense of, if we lose this self and it no longer exists, we can still keep on living.
而且我们会活得更自由、更轻松、更有意思。
And in fact, it will be possible for us to live in a way, live with greater freedom, with greater ease, and with greater meaning.
那你们会问，那他不在了，谁去活着，谁去生活呢？
You might ask, well, if there's no self, then who is it that's going about living?
它本来就是一种概念而已。
But ultimately, the idea of self is just a concept.
所以我们的概念有转变，生活还要继续的。
So even though our concept changes, our life still continues.
明白吗？
Does everyone understand this?
对，大家不要害怕。哇，这个我没有了以后，我怎么生活呢？那我的房子是不是我不可以用了？我的车子不可以用了？那我一辈子辛苦的我的这些等等等等，我怎么办呢？没关系的，这个还是属于你的。
So everyone shouldn't fear that after they have lost their souls that they won't be able to continue living, that their house will no longer be theirs and their car will no longer be theirs and that everything they've slaved over will no longer be theirs. Everyone should be rest assured that these things will still be theirs and they can use them.
那么他失去了以后，他走了以后呢，他把这些烦恼、贪嗔痴、我慢这些所有的烦恼、所有的不开心的东西，他会带走的啊。那他不在了啊，我们把我们的内心当中把它去除了啊，那这样子我们更好，我们可以做一些更有意思的事情。这个就叫做无自私的奉献，也叫做无条件的付出。
So once, in fact, once this self has been lost, once it has departed, it will carry away with it all of our afflictions and all of our disturbing mental states, our attachment, our anger, our ignorance, etc. And once these have left us, it will be possible we will live in a much more meaningful way. We will live in a way, it will be a non-selfish mode of living or a mode of unconditional.
好。这个是我们的一个非常具体的一个思维的方式。那么通过这个思维，最后我们得到的结论就是一个特别强烈的感受，我们就深深的体会到，哦，原来这个我真的是不存在的，原来就是把这些肌肉啊、骨骼啊全部汇集在一起的时候呢，我自己就在我自己的想象当中建立了一个我，然后我就认为别人说这个别人侮辱我，别人怎么我要怎么，然后所有的烦恼就是这样子产生，实际上它是不存在的。那么我们就会有一个非常强烈的这种感受它是不存在，这叫做证悟空性初步的证悟。
So what we have just spoken about is a very specific mode of inquiry, of contemplative inquiry. And by engaging in this contemplative inquiry, it is possible for us to arrive at a very deep and acute realization of the lack of an inherently existing self. It's possible for us to realize very directly that our muscles and bones that we have tended to lump together and imagine as ourselves indeed is without foundation. So even though we have created this idea of self, constructed an idea of self, and on this basis have felt that when others insult us or treat us badly that we should do this and that it is this idea of self that has been the source of all of our suffering. So by engaging in this contemplative inquiry, it is very possible for us to arrive at a palpable, acute and deep understanding of the non-existence of self, and this is the beginning stage of a realization of emptiness.
好，然后我们找到了一个这样子的结论就是一个原来这个我真的是不存在，它是一个虚拟的就是一个虚幻的东西。有一个这样子的深深的体会的时候，然后我们就安住在这个体会当中所谓的安住就是把这个体会要把它维持 维持这个现状，这叫做修空心。
So once we arrive at this very deep experiential understanding of the illusory nature of self, then we abide in this state of deep experiential understanding and seek to remain in this state. And this is what we refer to as the practice of or meditation on emptiness.
这叫做无我的修法。然后我们体会到了这个无我的时候呢，然后我们把所有的烦恼的这个根源从源头上铲除了，所以呢，从此以后我们的所有的这些烦恼、焦虑、压力等等，就是我们内心上的所有的痛苦不是一下子就消失，但是呢，从此以后就是会越来越减少，越来越减少。
So this is a meditation on no self, and it is possible through this meditation to remove suffering at the root, and in so doing remove all of our disturbing thoughts and afflictive mental states, all of our pressures and stress, anxiety and suffering. Whilst they won't all disappear in one single instant, with continued practice we will find them becoming gradually less and less.
希望大家每天至少10分钟的时间，花10分钟的时间去修一修这个无我。
I hope, it's my wish that everyone can devote 10 minutes each day to meditation on no self.
就是虽然哪怕是10分钟的时间它也会给我们一些力量，肯定的，这个是绝对是这样子的。
Even just 10 minutes a day is enough to give us a certain power. This is certain that this is the case.
自从有了这个力量以后呢，我们的内心就越来越强大，越来越强大。然后呢，任何一个外来的东西都不会干扰到它。
From the point that we discover this power, our minds will become increasingly strong and therefore increasingly less susceptible to disturbances in the external world.
这个力量就是无我的智慧，叫做无我的智慧。
And this power is, in fact, the wisdom of understanding no self.
我们今天讲的这个是无我的一个具体的修法具体的修法就是这样子。然后呢，我们最后修完了以后呢，开始不打坐的时候，这个打坐结束的时候呢，然后就做一个回向回向我们前几天给大家介绍过了，做一个回向，然后就可以结束了，这个打坐可以结束。
So what we have just described is a contemplative practice on no self. In the course of a meditation session, this is the main part of the contemplation, and after we have completed it, then we would finish the meditation session by dedicating our merit.
好，那么我们就这个司法宝鬘论的部分的内容讲完了。然后呢，有些其他的比较高深的这个内容呢还没有讲完，但是我想你们先试一试我们这次讲的这个无我的修法，因为这个是我们所有人都可以去思考的所有人都可以去思考的。然后呢，思考了以后呢每一个人都一定会得到这个结论然后呢，这个得到了结论以后，我们稍微去传习也叫做修一修的话，那么每一个人都可以 很顺利的控制自己的烦恼啊。那么这个控制呢，不像我们修这个正知正念，暂时压住自己的烦恼啊，不像这个它解决烦恼的方式，它是断除烦恼，不是暂时控制，而是断除、铲除烦恼，非常有意思的。
So that completes our teaching on a precious garland for the four themes. Some of the more advanced content we haven't covered over these several days of teaching. However, it is my hope that everyone turn to the contemplative practice on no self. The reason is this is something that everybody can do. Everyone can engage in this contemplation, and by doing it with some diligence, everyone is able to arrive at the same conclusion. And by internalizing this conclusion, or by familiarizing ourselves with this conclusion, it is thereby possible for us to bring our afflictions and bring our suffering under control. So whereas meditation practices such as mindfulness meditation are only able to help us suppress our suffering in a temporary way, this kind of practice is actually able to eliminate our suffering at the roots.
其他的这些修法呢，我们虽然这次没有讲，但是呢，我们先大家修一修这个修法，然后有一定的这个基础的时候呢，其他的修法以后大家可以一步一步的学习。
So we haven't covered other meditation techniques in this teaching. However, once everyone has established a foundation in this contemplative meditation, then in the future we can progressively learn other meditation techniques.
然后我们的这个四法宝鬘论的课暂时告了一个段落，希望大家好好修行，谢谢大家。
That brings to a conclusion our teaching of a precious garland for the four themes. I hope that everyone practices well.
好，我们现在开始做回向那么我们这次有7堂课讲了这个四法宝鬘论，然后呢，我们把这个功德回向给天下所有的众生我们真诚的发愿。愿天下所有的众生以我们的这个功德能够健康长寿、幸福快乐，很快就能够超越生死轮回这样子的发心做回向。
So we're now going to dedicate the merit from these 7 individual teachings that we have taken part in, and to do so by making the wholehearted aspiration that by means of this merit that other beings may obtain health, long life and happiness, and ultimately freedom from the sufferings of samsara.
Sonam de yi dam cha ba nya to le ni be da na ba she Jirga na ji wa long zhe bai zhe bin zo len zhou wa zhou er shou jia hu re hua wu xie den jun ba gen de zang bo de a de zhen de da gen ji ji zhen da lo ge wan de da dam zhe ra de mo ti sum sha be jar wa dam zhe mo wa ga lan zhou de mo ba da ge ge we za wan de ge zang bo xiao xie ra de mo er je Om Ahom Ban Zang Ge Ba Ma Se De Hong Om Ahom Ban Zang Ge Ba Ma Se De Hong Om
谢谢大家，阿弥陀佛。